Jordan, just start with, we just talked to Coach Kellogg, and he was talking about your efforts this summer in areas you wanted to improve, said mid-range game, but tell me what were the things you were focused on in trying to improve your game this offseason?
Yeah, kind of what he said, mainly my mid-range game and going left more consistently because a lot of teams been forcing me left, which I go left. I just, prefer to go right. So just working on those two main things, being more vocal leader. But, yeah, those are the main things I was focused on this summer.
So look at those two areas. Going left, how difficult is that? And then also the mid-range game. How difficult is it to improve those two things?
Not really difficult at all. More just like a mindset thing, just doing it. Just breaking my habits of doing what I'm comfortable with and doing other things. That's it.
Does it amaze you that you've been here a year now? Does it seem like it's been that long?
It doesn't, honestly. Yeah, it does not. Time has flown by so fast, but it's been a great year, so.
I was going to say, what's changed? What was this year like for you from when you first got here to now getting ready to start your second year?
Definitely, I would say I kind of know what to expect now, so that helps me a lot. But yeah, that would really be it. Like just knowing what to expect, and I'm a little bit ahead of the game now because I know what's coming. So yeah, that would be the only thing that's different.
I was asking Coach about your guys' full court press, and like throughout the course of the season last year, you guys could tweak some things and change, but now like all your opponents have it on film. You guys are more experienced at it. They've got it on film, so they're probably going to be more prepared. So how does the press work in year two? Does it change? Are there further tweaks, or
Yeah.
will it be better? Maybe not run it as much. I mean, just your thoughts on how the press works the second year?
Honestly, I would say, obviously, other teams, like you said, have been scouting it, but our pressure is kind of really hard to, get comfortable with, I would say. So I feel like our press is still going to be effective. Obviously, we've learned a little bit, like me and JJ have learned, push her this way or that way to, probably get, a quicker steal or something like that. But, yeah, I feel like our pressure is just kind of too hard to practice for, so it'll still be effective this year.
So now you've got more players who have been through it. Can your defensive numbers be better than they were last year?
I would say probably yes. Since we have more players, we'll get more time to sit down and catch our breath. So when we do go back out there, we'll have enough energy to keep that same pressure. The next person that come in, fresh legs. So I think having more people would definitely help.
The numbers were good last year. Yeah.
Jordan, I know that defenses will watch, or opposing teams will watch film on your guys' defense and find ways, soft spots in the press. But for you and for JJ, how much of the effectiveness of the press comes from film study and understanding player tendencies, who you're going to defend?
Yeah, I mean, that goes back to, scouting stuff, simple as, who likes to go left, who likes to go right, forcing them one way, this way. So, yeah, definitely watching film and stuff over teams, what they like to do, trying to take that away will help us a lot.
Of your physical attributes, what helps you most as a pressure defender? Because you and JJ do get a ton of steals just because you get to the ball, you're quicker or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you feel like sets you up for that the best?
Honestly, it does take obviously we're gifted to be fast, but we also have to be pretty smart because we only get 5 fouls in a game, so we have to be able to read when to go and when not to go, let that one through. Because there's a lot of times, trust me and JJ want to go get it, but we already got 3 fouls. So yeah, I would say our basketball IQ definitely does come in handy with that.
JJ, when you guys got together last year, did it click instantly in terms of the combination? Did it take a while for you guys to feel each other out? How did that work?
I would say it clicked instantly, honestly. JJ likes to play off the ball. I like to, obviously be the point guard, get everybody set up. So, we just kind of went together pretty easily. So, yeah, it wasn't really no struggles. I know what she likes to do. She knows what I like to do. We never really get in each other's way. So, yeah, it just works.
What are you seeing from JJ? Where has she improved?
I would say definitely her three-point shot. I know she wanted to work on that. So I've been noticing that she's been intentional about that. And also being a little bit more vocal, coach has challenged her to do that. So I've been hearing her a lot more. You know, JJ's a little shy, quiet, but she's starting to get out her shell a lot.
What's the most fun part about playing in that press? I mean, I know getting a steal and fast break layup and that looks great on film, but are there other parts about that press that's like, oh, I can't wait to get out there and start doing that? Or?
Honestly, it's really just scoring quick, like just running the score up pretty fast. I mean, once we get up by a lot, it's a good feeling, more relaxed throughout the game. So that's really the main thing, just scoring quick and easy buckets. You don't have to think about it. You just go play.
Is there ever a game like last year where, okay, the press was really clicking and you could just see it in the opponent's eyes, like, oh, God, I don't want to have to do this again and again and again?
Yeah, we saw that a lot last year, but like that just whenever they do look like that, that just adds more fuel to our fire. To I'm about to get another steal from you. So, but yeah, we do see that a lot, and when we see that, I mean we're doing something right.
Coach noted that you're a good rebounder. I mean, you're often the smallest player on the court, maybe giving a foot to some people on either end. So, how are you a good rebounder? Is it something you've always been? Do you have to read things differently? How come you're good in that area for a smaller person?
Honestly, I would say I've been a good rebounder my whole life, like believe it or not. But I don't know. It's just like I want to go get the ball. And then also, like, our posts do a good job of sealing their man off. And then usually my man is not going for the rebound, so I get in there and try to, help them out. But definitely I want to go get the ball. And then when I get the ball in my hand quicker, we can go quicker. So.
Jordan, you talked about scoring a lot, scoring quick, pouring it on them. Is there a better feeling for you than the opposing team calling a timeout because you're going on a run?
No. Honestly, that right there, that's the best feeling ever because we get a break on top of what we just did. But, yeah, that gives us a lot of energy going into our timeout when the other team, calls one for sure.
Big 12 poll came out last week. You guys picked fifth. Thoughts? Thought you higher or you like you're higher than last year, obviously. But
Yeah.
just your thoughts on where you guys are picked?
Yeah, I mean, I always think we believe we should be higher until we're at number one, but it's definitely, again, fuel to our fire, like putting another chip on our shoulder to, go out there this year and prove people wrong. So, yeah.
I kind of also wonder, like, it could kind of serve as a reminder that, hey, this Big 12 is going to be pretty darn good this year. I mean, is that maybe an example of the fact that you guys are probably going to be a top 20 team, but you're picked fifth in your league? I mean, what's that concept like to deal with?
Yeah. Well, like you said, it shows like how competitive the Big 12 is. And, I mean, us as players, that's what we want to do. We want to be in a competitive league, every game to be, excited and competitive. So, I mean, yeah, like you said, basically, like it just shows that this league is competitive, but anybody can win a game one night. Like, it can be something shocking could happen each night. So I think that's what I like most about the Big 12 is that it is competitive. You don't know who's going to come out at the end in the Big 12 championship game. So, yeah.
You may have more depth as a team this year. Do you mind taking a little bit more rest and positives and negatives? Do you just never want to come off the court? What's your thought if you do have some depth and opportunity to get some rest?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely enjoy the rest, take a little bit of pressure off my knees. Me and JJ got bad knees, so definitely getting a break and some rest is beneficial. I know sometimes, like you said, it can be hard, like wanting to get off the court, especially if you like in a rhythm or something, but a rest, we definitely need rest.
So tell me about some of those new depth. I mean, they may not even be backups. I mean, Sydney Shaw could start, but tell me about the Sydneys, some of the other players, what your thoughts of them are.
Yeah, so I'll start with Shaw. Shaw, she can shoot the ball really, really well. She is a very coachable player, especially not just from her coaches, but from her teammates. She plays really hard, very competitive. Like, Sid gets mad easily if, like, her team loses a drill in our practice. Like, what's wrong with Sid? She'll point at the score, like, sorry. But then we got JT, who's one of our bigs. She is very dominant. Everybody should be on the lookout for JT for sure. We got Destiny, freshman, but she plays like she's been in the system for a long time. But yeah, we got a couple of other pieces. Woodley, who was like top 3 in steals, so she's gonna fit in perfectly with us. Yeah, I mean, we got like a lot of great players that are gonna bring some great things for us this year.
Sort of along that line, if you go back to last year, matchup-wise, X's and O's wise, there were problems that you guys had matching up with, like K-State with Lee.
Mhm.
Now, granted, a lot of teams had problems matching
Yeah.
up with her. But Thomas coming in, Kylie's older. Are those much of a concern this year as they were last year?
I think, honestly, those are great players, so, they're going to get their buckets. We're just going to try our best to, calm that down a little bit. But we got a lot more post players, so a lot more bodies, so we could put more bodies on those type of players. So I think that will make it easier than it was last year, only having about 2 post players that could really stop. We got options now.
The concern probably not as great as it was.
Yeah, no.
last-
Yeah, no.
On mid-range, so talk to Coach about this, and he said that he's encouraging you guys to focus on your mid-range game, but doesn't want you to settle.
Yeah.
How much of the mid-range game is about recognition of when is the right time to take the shot, when is the right time to drive to the bucket?
Honestly, that's the whole part of the mid-range. Like, you got to know when to take it and when not to take it. If the post is obviously, like, stepping back on you, that'd be the time to take it. But if they run up on you too quick, just go by them. So recognizing when to take it is probably the hardest part of taking the mid-range.
You got a few years of playing, several years hopefully left. But are you a coach in the future? You talk like one, so.
Honestly, I just made the decision probably like 2 months ago that I wanted to start coaching because I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a vet my whole life, but that changed pretty quick. But yeah, I remember we had like a kids camp or something, and like I had like a team, and I'm like, I'm really enjoying this. Like, I've gotten good at it. So yeah, I think coaching is something that I'm definitely going to take up.
So you drive to the edge of the lane, just in bottom of the circle, say pull-up jumper or teardrop floater?
I'm gonna go with pull-up jumper. I'm gonna speak it into existence because I used to do the floater a lot, but sometimes they be taking charges and I can't get another foul.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Close it out with JJ.